Okay, so Darren, what are you up to today?
Hey,
what
hi
are you
guys.
working on? Hi.
Yeah, we're in the new studio, Wella studio,
Yeah.
and we're just prepping with these gorgeous girlies, doing some stuff for the show as well. And we're just prepping some images for the models for Contessa show that's happening tomorrow evening.
Okay.
And basically what we've done is we've got a story going on that they're these cool kids that live in a very privileged lifestyle, right, where they travel a lot and they pick up lots of different global fashion, like textiles, accessories, like hair movements, colour, all that sort of stuff, and then they match it up. So it's got a bit of a Gucci feel. The clothes we're using are across the board of designer stuff, but with mixed prints with leather, with like felts, with materials that are plain, patterns, like there's all sorts going on, but you'll see that tomorrow in the visuals.
Great.
And the hair is much more kind of editorial, but in a very beautiful premium way of Pantone to 220. So a lot of the tones that we're doing, as you can see here, we've got gorgeous redhead. Redheads never die. They're always the best, and especially with Illumina that Wella do too. They've got, I think, probably one of the perfect natural tonal redheads on the market. From luminosity, sheer, and real kind of vibe to it. So what us guys are doing at the moment is we're just perfecting things that have already been kind of worked in place, but just we're recreating for the show specifically for tomorrow, so we've got a good vibe going on as well.
Great. So would you say your fashions have a bit of an influence on the looks that you're creating, or?
Totally, yeah. Whenever we work as a company, because we use a lot of textiles, that for me is one of my biggest inspirations. So what the designers come up with, the texture of the fabric, the print of the fabric, colorations, the bleeds, the melts, all the things that you get from kind of fashion in a sense that we adhere to and aspire to, it can be created within a colour palette too. So whenever we do anything, there's a connection between the top and the bottom. So you've got the working from the head and the hair colour to the base of the shoe, So you've got everything working together as a palette. And you'll see in the show, the guys are very individual. It's all about individuality, like an individual persona. Because I think now, we're kind of in this space right now, society-wise, where we're getting fed up with being dictated to. Like there's a lot of dictation. We're kind of seeing it across the board, like with government dictation, like what we're doing, all this sort of stuff, and freedom of speech. And I think this is the only way that people really get time to be themselves and push it forward. So rather than cloning, you're finding people just want to find that unique persona and personality or signature that they want.
Right. So this is not like a cookie cutter collection like everybody matches. This is everyone having their own kind of style and diversity.
So you'll find that there is continuity in the show, obviously, like the collection together, there is a palette and a format, but you'll find that each individual has their own individuality. So they're not cloned in that way, like the hair being all the same and everything like that. It's a great thing to work on because you then get lots of different techniques in the industry coming out in one collection, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Like doing things I think that are amazing for Fashion Week, which we've worked on before, and with the designers, you often find you can have certain parts of the collection that are diverse, there's a slight difference, but a lot of the editorial hair can sometimes also have unity, which is cool. Whereas this one, you've got a mix, it's a mix up.
And lots of different textures as well as colors.
No, it's actually the texture-wise, if you look at this, I mean, working on that texture alone, what I love about this, creating kind of spindle locks and dreadlocks, but it looks like pelt. So if you had hair that was mimicking this with garments, I mean, it's such a cool graduation of colour and texture. So these are the things that I think every bit of prep that's put in before a show is so valuable.
Well, it's great that you're doing that on a hairpiece instead of a long one too.
Well, yeah, and the model would be grateful as well. I mean, what girl wouldn't have your hair back home like that?
Yeah. How many models do you have?
For tomorrow we have 11 models.
Oh, that's
We've
a lot.
got, the show is about, I think, minutes, like runway. So it's more of a fashion show. And visuals and effects, and it's just kind of hopefully you get immersed in the story, really.
Great.
You know, it's all about setting the scene. And that's the other thing as well. I mean, people don't realise what goes into it. They think we're just doing hair and it's hair. It's great.
Oh yeah, like how much time of prep have you put into this so far? Like hours, days?
Months, really.
Okay.
You know, like the storyline of it,
Yeah.
cast online, because I live in London. So I was working with Sherman, amazing. And we did a casting with the agencies, got some great guys and girls. And then built a story and then worked on that. You've got lighting aspect, stage, sound crew, music mixing, video mixing, all that stuff. So all of these elements go into making the bigger picture.
For sure. So do you have part of that creative direction? Like is that like your vision as well?
Yeah. And what I love about working with creative people, it's not just about yourself. I think it's about bringing elements out from everybody. Like everyone's got their forte, so it's really cool to let them do their thing, tell the story, but let them bring the power to it. Do you know what I mean? Rather than being too dictatorial.
Right.
I think it's really cool to do.
You have a concept and you kind of go with the flow and let everyone kind of put their own individuality in it.
You know, you have a storyline and a strictness in that sense, but then everyone can be.
Did everybody get a model, like their own model kind of thing? Like,
yeah, well, what I did this morning was we had a sit down and a chat, basically about a beautiful hat this one was wearing, which was inspired. She's not listening.
Oh, my sparkly hat.
Your sparkly hat, yeah. That was part of the glamour side. And then we just kind of talked the story, and then was delegating out to what we felt like group decisions on the final image on certain things, and what we came up with. We then had strong points of where people felt they wanted to touch base on. And that's what I mean.
Right,
like
so they got to pick their, like, I want to do that look kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think that's when you get the best, you know, you get a cool vibe there. You know?
For sure.
It's good.
Love it. Well, excited to see the results, and it looks amazing.
We're really excited to work on it as well, actually. Tomorrow's going to be really cool, so yeah, tune in and see what it's like.
Will do. Okay, thank you, Darren.
No worries.